I'm Chris Jones, and coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, we'll dive into the world of NIL, where 7 of the athletes behind me are currently selling officially licensed NIL merch.
Next on Mountaineer Playbook, let's dive into WVU Swimmer making his way to Paris. I'm Adriana Lenhart, and we'll have that story for you next.
I'm Ethan Moore, and I'll tell you about how a coach's experience at these 4 schools has led the Mountaineers to success. Mountaineer Playbook starts now.
A new opportunity in name, image, and likeness deals for college athletes means more than just the top players have a chance to make a buck. I'm Rachel Liebert.
And I'm Jonathan Hamilton. As the women's basketball team celebrates 50 years of history, we take a look at the coach leading them to success on the court today.
These stories and more coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show produced by sports and adventure media students right here at West Virginia University.
It's been 3 years since a change in federal law gave college athletes across the country the ability to earn money off their name, image, and likeness.
In 2023, Jonathan, student athletes made a combined $1 billion in revenue from those NIL deals. They include things like brand endorsements, public appearances, and autograph signings.
And now a new store online and here on campus is giving even more WVU athletes the chance to cash in on those earnings. Chris Jones has the story.
The National NIL Store Network is coming to Morgantown to make a change through the sales of officially licensed student-athlete merchandise. Kiana Lewis is one of those athletes who recently partnered with the launch of the WVU NIL Store.
Honestly, just them kind of giving me a space to just have my own platform. There's nothing wrong with sharing the light with everyone else, but it kind of just felt special that it was like my own brand in a way. So that was just kind of like that special touch that made me want to join with them.
Today, the NIL Store has opened more than 40 physical locations nationwide and signed more than 9,000 athletes. Fans now have the opportunity to support any Mountaineer athlete from any sport directly. The WVU NIL Store currently includes 125 athletes across 14 different sports. Whether it's your favorite soccer, basketball, gymnast, or football player, the store gives you the opportunity to support them both financially and in the stands. When name, image, and likeness deals became legal in 2021, most of the money was going towards star athletes in major sports like football and basketball. But now, officials say any Olympic athlete can make a profit. Student athletes can make anywhere from $6 to $15 off of every fan purchase.
They haven't been able to profit off their NIL. They haven't been able to profit off of TV deals, anything like that. And so for us to say that in a span of just over 2 years, we've paid out more than $1 million to college athletes, like that means a lot. That means a lot to me personally.
But the NIL Store deals will benefit more than student athletes. Student designers will be employed to create the merchandise and will make money too. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Chris Jones.
At least one WVU athlete ranks near the top of the NCAA for how valuable their name is in these deals. WVU football's Wyatt Milam has a valuation of more than $650,000, which ranks 65th in the nation.
Jonathan, did you know 32 WVU athletes can call themselves Olympians?
Wow, Rachel. That's a lot of Mountaineers who've worn the red, white, and blue in international competition. And this year, you can add Mary Tucker to that list. She's already punched her ticket to the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris for rifle.
But she's not alone. A WVU swimmer will be joining her. Senior Ivan Puskovich qualified for the Paris Olympics this month when he placed 14th in the men's 10-kilometer open water swim at the World Aquatic Championships in Doha, Qatar. Puskovich finished higher than any other American in the competition and is only the 5th American male in history to qualify for the Olympic event since it was added in 2008.
To be able to represent the United States at that level, it's really a surreal experience to wear the flag on your body, on your swim cap when you're traveling abroad, and I'm really grateful to have that opportunity.
Puskovich is the first Mountaineer swimmer to ever qualify for Team USA. To give that some perspective, WVU Swimming was founded in 1966.
Another WVU athlete has had an incredibly successful collegiate career so far, with the chance to go pro.
That's right, Jonathan. Marcus Caldera was the 20th overall pick in the Major League Soccer draft in December.
But Rachel, he's decided to stay in Morgantown to finish what he started. After leading the men's soccer team to its best season in program history and a trip to its first ever College Cup, sophomore Marcus Caldera was drafted by the Minnesota United FC in the MLS draft. Caldera started all 24 games for the Mountaineers last year and racked up multiple national accolades, including being named first-team All-American by College Soccer News. But even with the nationally recognized success, Caldera says he's got some unfinished business here in Morgantown.
Honestly, it was a lot to take in and a lot to process, but after speaking with coaches and families, we thought that it was the best for my personal growth and the team's growth for me to come back.
Two other Mountaineers were also drafted in the MLS first round, Yutaro Sukata and Jackson Lee, which marked the first time in program history 3 Mountaineers were selected that early in the draft.
West Virginia women's basketball is celebrating its 50th season this year with Coach Mark Kellogg at the helm. The anniversary has so far been accompanied by a winning record.
Thanks to Kellogg, the women's program is currently ranked 4th in the Big 12 Conference. To take a closer look at how Kellogg has gotten his team to this point, Ethan Moore joins us live in the studio with his segment, Coach's Corner. Ethan?
Thanks, Jonathan. Rachel, Mark Kellogg comes to West Virginia as the 6th winningest active head coach in D1 women's basketball. Now at WVU, his 25 years of coaching experience seems to be coming in handy.
Mark Kellogg is nearing the end of his first season at WVU after coming to the team in 2023. And it says he's looking to a former WVU coach to set his standard.
We will play fast, all right? And I know Press Virginia has been a thing around here on the men's side, but Press Virginia is probably coming back a little bit on the women's side.
Kellogg has found success by focusing his team on converting turnovers into points, making the adjustment to the Big 12 look easy.
The Mountaineers are 22-3 right now, but that's not what Coach Kellogg is working for. He wants to add banners of his own right up here.
We want Big 12 championships. Right? I've been about championships, won championships everywhere that I've been. We want to make NCAA tournaments, but that's not where it ends. We want to advance in the NCAA tournament.
Kellogg came to WVU out of Stephen F. Austin University, a small Division I school, which means the jump to Morgantown was not a simple task.
I think the idea is immediate success. Again, as coaches, we would all take that, right? You would love to turn on the microwave anytime you walk into a situation, hit the buttons that you think you know, and all of a sudden, boom, success is going to come out.
The Mountaineers are currently ranked 3rd in the Big 12 and have 4 more games to claim the top seed of the approaching Big 12 tournament.
In his 2 decades of experience, Kellogg has never recorded a losing season, and that streak will continue in 2024 as the program's overall record stands at 22-6. Jonathan, Rachel, back to you.
Thanks, Ethan. While leadership is important, Jonathan, all of the credit for this success can't just go to the coaching staff.
No, Rachel. There are some athletes on the team putting up some incredible numbers this year. Ivy Sheets joins us now in the studio to tell us more about the individuals making a difference this season. Ivy?
Jonathan, Rachel, the WVU women's team struggled in their Big 12 standings last season, but this year at least 4 players are leading the conference in a variety of ways. WVU currently has the top 4 ranked players for the most steals in the Big 12, including J.J. Quinterly and Jordan Harrison. Harrison transferred from Stephen F. Austin with Kellogg in 2023. The women's program is ranked in the top 3, not just for steals, but also for overall defense and offense. On average, the WVU women are scoring almost 19 more points per game than their opponent. The women have been ranked in the top 25 in the AP poll for the last 2 months. Jonathan, Rachel, back to you.
Thanks, Ivy. I hate to try to make predictions, Jonathan, but it seems like with all their success this season, Mountaineer fans should have at least one basketball team to root for in the tournament next month.
We'll find out when the NCAA announces its 68-team bracket for the women's tournament on March 17th.
On the men's side, 9 teams in the Big 12 are expected to make an appearance in the Big Dance, the most of any conference. But WVU is likely not among them. They are currently ranked last in the Big 12 standings.
When outstanding athletes graduate, it's sometimes hard to find someone who can fill their shoes.
But as Brian Volman reports, the WVU wrestling team is looking to do just that, with a transfer student who's coming to D1 athletics after some success at the junior college level.
After senior 125-pounder Killian Cardinale graduated in 2023, WVU Wrestling signed junior transfer Jet Strickenberger to fill his spot. Strickenberger was coming off of a national championship and an undefeated season at Northwest Kansas Technical College.
To be honest, it wasn't my first pick, but once I came here and I saw what the coaches were investing in the program, it really caught my eye, and that was definitely where I wanted to go eventually.
In his first season at WVU, Strickenberger went 15-5, including a 9-2 record in dual meets. He was also named Big 12 Wrestler of the Week twice.
Strickenberger's success on the mat carried over from Northwest Kansas, where he won the Most Outstanding Wrestler Award. While there, he defeated 4 Division I wrestlers, including 3 from Big 12 conference schools, Air Force and Northern Colorado.
Wrestling head coach Tim Flynn says Strickenberger has been a positive influence on the team.
He's a pretty laid-back kid off the mat, and we like that. You know, we like him. He's got a cool personality. You know, and on the mat, he's a pretty good competitor, as we've seen. You know, and he's beaten some of the best kids. So we're really liking what we got.
Strickenberger is currently ranked number 31 in the NCAA coaches poll and is ranked 7th in the Big 12. He will compete in the 125-pound weight class in the Big 12 Wrestling Championships in March. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Brian Volman.
Strickenberger is a 2-time All-American and comes to the Mountaineers with 2 seasons of eligibility left.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, we take a look at not 1, but 2 WVU teams who have recently won national championships.
We'll have more in Mountaineer sports coming up after the break.
After the break on Mountaineer Playbook, I'll tell you about this Slovenian's pathway from player to coach here for the Mountaineers. I'm Jonathan Hamilton, and I'll have that story next.
Quiet and ready in control room. 3, 2, 1. Fade in bumper.
WVU News is local, in-depth, and always on the move for you. And it's always on YouTube, on the web, and on the Reed College of Media website. A national first-place Emmy Award-winning college newscast, taped at the Waterfront Studio at West Virginia University. Stay in the know, stay connected, watch WVU News.
Mountaineers know. Let's go! Really means let's try. Let's create. Let's explore. And let's do it all together.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. WVU's esports team burst onto the competitive video game scene 3 years ago and quickly become one of the best programs in the country.
WVU has 4 competitive varsity teams, and between them, they've won 1 national and 1 collegiate world championship. Now, WVU is working to extend its successful gameplay into the classroom. Reporter Ty Holmes joins us live in the studio with the story. Ty?
Jonathan, Rachel, WVU Esports started out with just a single Madden player in 2021, Noah Johnson. In Johnson's first year, he won a collegiate national championship in the football video game. 3 years later, WVU is launching an esports major. It's an academic program that's bringing together the gaming and business aspects of the sport, preparing students to work in a rapidly growing industry.
West Virginia University unveiled their esports team in 2021, and they have been a nationally competitive threat ever since.
We've luckily been able to go to places like Atlanta, Dallas, Chicago, and Columbus and show what WVU is all about.
They compete in the National Association of Collegiate Esports, which has grown to more than 700 colleges in the U.S.
Having a program at the college level at a school that I've always wanted to go to, it's like an immeasurable amount of possibilities that I can get from this.
They're coming back, fall.
Christopher Scroggins used to be a competitive player himself, but now he is in charge of making esports an academic major at WVU.
We foresee kind of the major and the esports management minor as a way to bridge the gap and really form a holistic esports offering here at West Virginia University.
Scroggins says they're taking advantage of other digital platforms to promote both the team and the academic program.
The WVU esports team does a great job of connecting with their fans on social media. Twitch TV is a platform where gamers can broadcast their gameplay live. There are 7.3 million people who stream on Twitch per month.
They're coming back, fall.
But overall, Scroggins says he's working to make esports at WVU a welcoming place for student athletes.
My personal motto is wake up and make a positive difference in someone's life every day. And I feel like that's what esports does for people who otherwise might have given up on education or not found a home in their educational career.
The Esports Business and Entertainment Bachelor's Program admitted its first students in the fall of 2023.
The esports industry is projected to be worth more than $2 billion in 2024. And according to ZipRecruiter, the average annual salary in the industry reached more than $150,000 this year. Rachel, back to you.
Thanks, Ty. From a group of national champions who are leaving their mark on the screen to the most successful athletic program in WVU history, the Rifle team has racked up an impressive 19 national championships of their own. And next month, they'll compete for number 20 right here in the Mountain State. I got a chance to catch up with the team as they prepare for the competition.
After an undefeated season and a Great American Rifle Conference regular season title this month, the WVU Rifle team is #1 in the country.
This season's been really successful so far. It's been rewarding. It's always challenging, but this year's been just a really good group.
The team has the top aggregate score in the country, and now the Mountaineers are preparing for the postseason. Last year, the team placed 5th in the NCAA Rifle Championships, but this year, WVU will host the event for the first time since 2019, on a stage that looks a little bit different.
While the team competes at the WVU Rifle Range during the regular season, the NCAA Championships are here at the Coliseum, where the team looks to break the attendance record from 2019.
More than 2,000 fans attended in 2019, where the Mountaineers placed 2nd. Fifth-year senior Mallory Brown was recruited that same year, and hopes the entire state will come out to support the team.
I hope that we break attendance records because we always want the support from the state, and we get it every time we shoot, and it's just really cool.
The national championships will be held March 8th through the 9th, where Coach Hammond and his squad are shooting for a national title for the first time in Morgantown.
The Mountaineer Rifle team last won the NCAA National Championship in 2017. They've won 6 of their 19 titles under current head coach John Hammond, who has been with WVU since 2006.
Another WVU team hoping to see continued success is the women's tennis program. The team is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year and are making some history of their own in match play. I hit the courts to talk to the coach behind their recent success.
WVU women's tennis head coach Michal Lisat's tennis journey started when he was 7 years old.
I wasn't really an athlete before I started playing tennis, right? I didn't really show a lot of interest in playing sports. And one of the days I read about tennis, and I immediately decided that that's what I wanted to try. And my mom took me to the local club. You know, it was sort of like a tryout for summer camps, and I just never left the tennis court.
Lisatz, who is 43, has been around the game for 36 years. He came to the U.S. in 2001 and played 4 years at Georgia State University. He took the Panthers to a championship appearance as a coach in 2009 and became the WVU head coach in 2013.
Lisatz is in his 11th year with the Mountaineers, and he's showing no signs of slowing down.
Alongside Lee Sotz is his assistant coach, Calvin Song. The Ames, Iowa native is in his first year with WVU and sees a lot of positives from the Slovenian head coach.
Coach Miha has really good qualities. I mean, he's very patient, he's very understanding, and he has a lot of tennis knowledge. I mean, great player, and he's also come from a program at Georgia State where he's built at kickoff weekends, and he's done some great things here, and this season so far shows it. We're in 8-1 right now, and it's probably one of the best starts in a few years.
WVU is off to their best start since the 2015 season. They are currently riding a 4-match winning streak.
Women's tennis is just one more example of a Mountaineer team excelling this year, Rachel. This season marks the first since 2007 they've had back-to-back double-digit win seasons.
Coming up on Mountaineer Playbook, we'll meet the 4 individuals vying for the title of WVU Mountaineer.
That story and more after the break. Stay with us.
I'm Adam Cooley, and after the break, I'll tell you how one gym closing has rocked the Morgantown climbing community.
I got in. Quiet and ready in control room. 3, 2, 1. Fade in bumper.
WVU News is local, in-depth, and always on the move for you. And it's always on YouTube, on the web, and on the Reed College of Media website. A national first-place Emmy Award-winning college newscast, taped at the Waterfront Studio at West Virginia University. Stay in the know, stay connected, watch WVU News.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Playbook. West Virginia boasts more than 4,000 climbing routes for a variety of skill levels. But those routes are all outdoors, which means they're not accessible year-round.
When the weather is bad, Jonathan, an indoor facility is often an option for adventure athletes. But in Morgantown, that's no longer the case.
Alex Lebo joins us now from Studio B at the Media Innovation Center to explain in his segment, Finding Adventure. Alex?
Jonathan, Rachel, there are regions in West Virginia where outdoor rock climbing brings in more than $12 million a year and supports nearly 200 jobs. But indoor facilities in the state are struggling to keep up. Gridstone Climbing and Fitness closed in 2022 because of its financial struggles. And since, customers have created GoFundMe campaigns all in an effort to open their doors again. Adventure reporter Adam Cooley reports on how the closure of this gym has impacted the Morgantown climbing community.
Gridstone opened in August 2020, and for almost 2 years, it has been where climbers from north central West Virginia came to perfect their skills. But on December 22nd, 2022, their doors closed for good, and now local climbers are trying to hold the community together.
I miss being able to have that central community space where you could always count on somebody being there if you just wanted to go and hang out.
With the loss of the gym, climbers had to resort to climbing outdoors, which is not always doable due to inclement weather.
Here you go.
The other option is WVU's indoor rock wall.
With Gridstone no longer there to meet that need, we've had to re-up our level of setting, so we've set harder stuff now.
While climbing is offered at the WVU Campus Recreation Center, it is not always open to the entire Morgantown community.
Climbing participation has increased 2.3%. That means 168 million climbers are climbing routes just like this every year.
Come here.
Like is working to mend the cracks left behind in the Morgantown climbing community.
I really enjoyed the aspect of trying to foster a community and kind of build the new climbing community here.
Today, climbers looking for a similar indoor experience have to travel more than 100 miles to Pittsburgh. For Mountaineer Playbook, I'm Adam Cooley.
When the weather is good and Morgantown residents don't want to take the trip to Pittsburgh, Cooper's Rock and Snakes Hill have been named some of the best rock climbing spots in the eastern United States. Climbers can find them both right here in Morgantown. Jonathan, Rachel, back to you at the Waterfront Studio.
Thanks, Alex. If you were at the WVU men's basketball game on February 20th and thought you saw multiple Mountaineers climbing the stands in their buckskins, don't worry, you weren't seeing double.
4 WVU students put on the coonskin cap and took to the WVU Coliseum, all in the hopes of being West Virginia University's next Mountaineer mascot. Cade Kincaid, Elijah Jones, Justin Waybright, and Braden Atkins are this year's mascot finalists. The cheer-off during the men's game was just one of the many ways they're competing for their spot. Their application process also includes an interview with a committee of WVU officials and past Mountaineers. The new mascot will be announced near the end of the basketball regular season, and their term will officially begin with the passing of the rifle ceremony before the 2024 Gold-Blue football game in April. The first Mountaineer mascot was named in 1934, and only 3 women have ever held the position.
Before we go, Jonathan, we want to give a quick shout out to a former Mountaineer Playbook reporter who is clocking in some impressive times herself this indoor track and field season.
Kaylee McCabe and her 3 teammates on the women's distance medley took gold at the Big 12 Indoor Track Championships last week, held in Lubbock, Texas. Coach Sean Cleary called the win one of the best moments in 20 years of WVU track competition.
Congrats to McCabe from your Mountaineer Playbook family. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Mountaineer Playbook, a sports magazine show where we dive into inspiring stories of coaches, players, and passionate fans who make the sports world truly remarkable. I'm Rachel Liebert.
And I'm Jonathan Hamilton. Be sure to like and follow our Facebook page at Mountaineer Playbook. Thank you for watching, and don't miss the chance to celebrate the heart and soul of the game with us next time on Mountaineer Playbook.